What's up, guys? We got one here from HL Talk That Thought titled She Can't Stop Crying After Instantly Regretting Divorcing Her Husband. Let's get into it.
I want to stop thinking about him. I want to stop wondering what he's doing. I want to stop wanting to tell him about my day. I want to stop missing my good morning and good night texts. I want to stop longing for his presence. But at the same time, I don't want to stop any of that. God, that sounds so crazy.
So you want to stop, but you don't want to stop. Classic emotional hamster wheel. I mean, this is modern woman's dilemma, clinging to something that's gone like it's a TikTok trend about to expire. I mean, you're over here romanticizing good morning texts like they were a Shakespeare sonnet. Fun fact is dudes aren't pining over missed emojis. They're out lifting weights and upgrading their lives. And maybe women spent less time yearning for digital breadcrumbs and more time introspecting. Society wouldn't be one giant therapy session. So these next couple of ones here, there's no audio to it or anything, so I'll just read the captions that are on the clips. So I stayed for years in a marriage begging for the bare minimum. I almost lost my mind trying to figure out how to make things work, but I had to look in the mirror and decide if this is the life I wanted for me and my boys. Sad that he didn't fight for me, but remembering the right person wouldn't be able to bear the thought of living another second without me. Why did you get divorced? It couldn't have been that bad. Her response is, I could no longer accept just being tolerated by my partner. I wanted to be loved, understood, and heard. So she's got the I deserve more than the bare minimum anthem going on. I mean, look, if you're begging for the bare minimum, maybe you set the bar so low even limbo champs couldn't clear it. And the right person wouldn't bear living without me? I mean, that's pretty delusional. Men aren't mind readers or romantic novel protagonists. Over 70% of divorces are initiated by women. And could that be because of the unrealistic expectations are playing a part? Nah, you just want to blame him for tolerating you. Self-accountability is harder than CrossFit these days.
The thing that's so annoying about healing is like the waves, right? I woke up, I was fine. I was excited that I wasn't gonna cry today. And I'm literally just sitting here watching the news. I start crying. And I am so annoyed and over this. Like these waves. They just come out of nowhere. And I want calm waters. I'm over the choppy waves. I'm over the rough seas. I just want my calm life back.
Put on the sad music and cry on a video. Jesus. Got the healing waves analogy going on, and it's Oscar worthy today. I mean, crying during the news must have been tough piece on climate change or the Kardashian stock drop. Healing's hard when your entire life is built on an emotional roller coaster. Here's a tip. Stop chasing calm waters when you're the one capsizing the boat with your feelings. Men figure this out, and they're opting out of this emotional tsunami altogether. Some are just grabbing their passports and going somewhere else.
I made a big mistake today. I started reading through old text messages, like why do I torture myself? But I did, because I was just trying to understand what went wrong. And we always talked about this strong connection that we had spiritually, emotionally. And I just can't wrap my brain around how you can tell someone that for months, that you have this strong connection with them, and you feel it in your bones. I've been searching for the truth. And then just one day, you're like, I can't do this anymore. I don't understand.
Cry some more and play some more sad music. You seen the pattern here? Reading old text to understand what went wrong. Spoiler alert, it's not the text. Spiritual and emotional connections are just code for you made me feel special until I didn't anymore. You know, when a man says he can't do this anymore, it's because he's been doing everything while you sat there with your Pinterest affirmations. Next time, try giving as much as you demand.
Yesterday was 1 week since my boyfriend broke up with me. And right as I was
going to turn my phone to do not disturb for the night, he texted me. He sent me a song because that's what we did. We used to send songs back and forth. And I know a lot of people are going to say, why didn't you have him blocked? You should have deleted him a long time ago. I just can't yet. And that might not make sense to people and it might sound stupid, but I'm not there yet. So he sent me this song and I knew what I had to say. I didn't want to say it. You know, I'd rather a tree hit my house than have to reply to him in the way that I did, but I knew what I had to do. So even though it felt like poison coming out of my fingers, I wrote, "You have made your feelings and decisions towards me perfectly clear. You need to leave me alone so I can heal my broken heart." And my heart was racing and pounding in my ears, but I hit send. And I was waiting for his response. I was terrified of what he was going to say, if he was going to say anything at all, how long will I be sitting here? But he replied and he said, "Got it. Got it. Now what?"
Basically, she went from being married to having a boyfriend and now has nobody. I mean, she's got the classic, he texts me and my heart raced. And lady, you're like a kid with a loose tooth and can't stop poking at the wound. I mean, blocking him isn't stupid. It's called boundaries. But I think you were keeping it open is because you were waiting for him to reply back to you because you needed that validation, that dopamine hit. But replying to him, "Leave me alone," it's a bold move for someone who's still refreshing the inbox every 5 seconds. I mean, look, women cling to men who reject them harder than the Titanic did clinging to icebergs. You know, maybe focus on rebuilding yourself instead of feeding off the scraps of closure he won't give you.
This message is for ABC and ABC only. The best thing that you did, such a mess, is the Golden Bachelorette. She gives hope to me, who's not even close to that age, but someone who is completely terrified to be alone when I'm older, divorced now, single. And one of my biggest fears, I can't even believe I'm posting about this, it's so stupid, but one of my biggest fears is dying alone. And she had the love of her life and she doesn't want to be alone. So you guys did it. You got it. First of all, you got a gorgeous Golden Bachelorette. She is stunning. And second, I am so happy to not listen to 23-year-olds and 24-year-olds saying, "I can't find love, I want to find love." You have no idea all the life that you have ahead of you. And here we have someone who's had an incredible life so far, and she isn't done yet. She wants to share the rest of her life with somebody. I'm just in my feels, blubbering, watching this, and just really hopeful for her and for me. So ABC, you did it. You have a fan.
My God. So your biggest fear is dying alone. Well, congrats. You're already halfway there emotionally. With ABC's Golden Bachelorette, you talk about peak fantasy. I mean, she's not a beacon of hope. She's a distraction from reality. This is bullshit Disney princess crap women are sold. I mean, look, the older you get, the harder it's going to be to land a quality man, and men aren't lining up for life experience. They want youth and peace, not baggage of battle scars. Sorry, but it's the harsh truth.
How do you know the difference between giving that person a genuine second chance or just realizing that you were the easy option?
Second chance or easy option? I mean, let me decode that. You're wondering if he's coming back for love or convenience. And here's the thing, men don't circle back for soul connections. They're pragmatic. If he left, he either had a reason or an upgrade. Stop romanticizing his return like it's some Nicholas Sparks novel. If he really cared, you wouldn't be overthinking it. You'd know.
Come on a crabby girl walk with me while I tell you all about the man that I just had to deal with, who was extremely misogynistic towards me and wanted me to call my husband to discuss the quote that he gave me. This said man was in the service industry where I would have to pay him thousands of dollars to do a repair or a renovation on my home. And maybe 3 or 4 times throughout our conversation, he said, well, do you want to call your husband, or do you want to get your husband on the phone? And I didn't have the heart to be like, look, I don't have a husband. I don't need a husband. I have no one to call, because you know what? I own this home. I called you. I want to make the repair on my own dime. I don't need anyone's approval. I paid said husband tens of thousands of dollars to vacate the home. And yet, I still own it. And I can pay for these big repairs. So no, dick. I don't need to call anyone. So, this is just for all the single female homeowners. Just know that, as annoying as it is, we don't need to explain ourselves. We don't need to justify why we want to make big purchases, because it's our fucking house, baby. So get over yourself, men. I know you're intimidated by us, but you know what? We ain't going anywhere.
The cry, 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 and now she hates men. You can't make this shit up. I mean, here she is trying to be the single female homeowner flex. I mean, nothing screams empowerment like ranting about how you don't need a man while making the contractor your enemy. I mean, here's a reality check. Most men aren't intimidated by you. They're just tired of the drama. Owning your home doesn't make you special, makes you a fucking homeowner. I mean, congrats, welcome to adulthood. Men aren't your problem, your inferiority complex is. Anyways, ladies, modern dating is a Titanic and feminism is the iceberg. Unrealistic expectations, emotional dependence, and corporate-driven feminist narratives have steered women into loneliness disguised as empowerment. Men have checked out, choosing self-improvement or dating abroad. You want solutions? Start with accountability. I know that's difficult for you. Ditch the entitlement and victim mentality. Again, difficult for you. And understand that relationships thrive on reciprocity and not demands. Want a healthy family unit? Value men you claim you want instead of treating them like replaceable ATMs. Men, keep going your own way if peace is what your goal is. Invest in yourself and avoid the chaos. And again, this isn't all women this is being directed to, but these are the ones that you see crying all the time, doing all of this shit and just making life miserable. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the video here. If you like what you've seen today, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment down below on what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.